Okay guys, so we are approaching to the middle part of our training and I really hope it is useful for you so far. Okay, today we are going to speak about very important topic which we named attacking the press through 4 ways to find the needed influencers and make them write about you with a proven technique. Just very briefly, let's recall what we have covered in our previous module and proceed further. So as you remember, we are talking about Facebook, particularly how to define objectives and target, the tools you need when creating Facebook ads, features of ad banners, and types of Facebook ads, how to find banner ideas having no idea, and I can't hide that this is my favorite part. And we have gone through all process of creating Facebook ads. And here's today's game plan. So we are going to speak about how to find the authors, how to build a contact list, how to prepare a press kit, what strategy to employ when contacting the influencers, about the rookie mistakes that you should avoid. And we'll talk about services which will help you distribute your press release. Finding the authors. It is very important for you to find a journalist that is interested in your field and has some tangible angles to your product or company. Generally speaking, you should try to be heard by everyone, but if you're mentioned by a famous journal, then it will have a viral effect. However, don't send your filmmaking materials to a journalist whose major audience is technology. It definitely will not work. So this will be our main strategy for today, to find only targeted journalists and try to be covered by them. And to understand whether they are targeted or not, we should understand based on the articles they write. To start building that list, write down the topics that are somehow associated to your product and define the keywords that are relevant to your topic from various angles. I generally use 4 tools to find the needed authors and bloggers. Those are google.com, BuzzSumo.com, Macrack.com, and GroupHigh.com. We have already talked about BuzzSumo, Macrack, and GroupHigh, so I'm not going to speak about them again. But just to refresh your memory, those tools were great to find relevant blogs, magazines, and journalists. Okay, coming to Google. Although most people know how to search basic things on Google, only a few percentage really benefits from its power of searching things professionally. Here is exactly how to find the needed things using these techniques. Quotation marks. Quotation marks require words to be searched as a phrase in the exact order you type them. So when you want results that contain film crowdfunding, you just have to write it in a quotation mark. Let me better show you some basic hacks that can be very useful for you. So we are heading to Google and searching film crowdfunding in quotation marks. And here we are. You see that when we search, for example, film crowdfunding in a quotation mark, it brings us only the results which contain our phrase in an exact order. If you want to include other words in your search like successful, you should put the word and. So film crowdfunding and successful will bring you all the results that do contain these 2 words. Here we are. If you want either of the results, simply put or between the search words. In that way, Google will bring results containing either of these words. Here we are. The more words you enter connected by or command, the more documents you get. It broadens the search. The or operator is generally used to join similar or synonymous concepts like film crowdfunding or movie fundraising, for example. Let me write it either. You see that Google brings results containing our keyword both in the title and in the body text. So if you want to search the phrase exactly in the title of the results, here's how to do that. You should put the in title command and film crowdfunding in the quotation marks. Be careful to put it without a space. And here we are. See that all the results contain our keyword in the title. Hence, the chances are high that the results are relevant to us. So if you want the results to be exactly articles or blog posts, you should write the following query. In title, film crowdfunding, comma, space, article or blog. Let's go with article. And here we are. All the results are articles, which can be useful for us if we are planning a film campaign. Alright? In order not to save each of the results one by one, scrape the results using OScraper free Chrome extension, which will save all the URLs of your Google results in a TXT file. Here is it. Go to Chrome Web Store and this is it. OScraper, it's free, add it to your Chrome and enjoy. And here's how to use this extension. So you're just hitting OScraper and saving current page. Alright, and you can do the same for the second page. Again, going to OScraper, saving the page, and the same for the third page. Let's do it for the first 3 pages. Alright, so remember that you need the famous journalists first. You should sort your results according to their popularity, right? Again, although you should try to be covered by everybody, but in order to prioritize your work, you should start from the most popular ones first. A good measure of page popularity is a page authority score, a measurement from 0 to 100 on how well a specific page ranks on search engine. To check the page authorities of all your results in bulk, you can go to 99webtools.com, which is a tool which will help you do that, and hit bulk, page authority and domain checker. So to check the page authorities of all the results that you just scraped, just copy the results and paste them in this field. Let's copy this page, again paste, and the same for the first page. Here we are. We have the results in here for the first 3 pages and hitting check. So we need page authorities more than domain authority, as it's a better measurement for page popularity. And here we are. So we are just copying the results and pasting them in an Excel file. Copy, opening an Excel file and pasting them in here. Alright. So what we should do next is just filter the results according to their page authority. Alright, so to do that, just go to sort and filter and hit sort from largest to smallest. Hitting sort, and here we are. So we have the list of our targeted articles according to their popularity. So next thing that you should do is to find the authors of these articles and write them next to their article. So to do that, just go to Google again. So the first way I start searching journalists on Google is writing their complete name in the quotation mark, putting the and command, writing their publication name, again in the quotation marks, putting another and command, and finally in the quotation marks writing @gmail.com. As Gmail is probably the most popular mail service, right? Suppose I want to find the email of a journalist, Bianca Bosker, who is a journalist at Huffington Post. So I write her name in quotation mark, put and command, then Huffington Post, another and command, and putting @gmail.com, again in quotation marks. And here we are. Or you can write your queries in the following way. For example, there's a journalist, Jason Abruzis, writing for Mashable. When we see that can't find their emails in Gmail, we should start searching their emails in the publications hosting. For example, I'm writing jason at mashable.com. And here you are. So in this way, you can find the needed emails of the journalists and write them next to their publications for later on to send them a pitching message. Okay, let's say sorry to Bianca and Jason for revealing their emails to public and get back to our presentation. So as I said, you should try several combinations to find a desired email. If you can't find it with name@domain.com, as it was the case of jasonmashable.com, you can try other combinations such as the first initial last name @domain.com or the first name last name @domain.com. For example, like jsmith.mashable.com or john.smith@mashable.com, something like this. Guys, I found many emails in such ways. It is a proven working method. Try it and you'll succeed. You can also try to find the contact information of journalists on the following websites: crunchbase.com, a comprehensive database of organizations and people, and followerwonk.com, a tool that lets you search people's Twitter username. So with this tool, you can find many influencers. Guys, reporters are some of the busiest people in the world, and it's true. So the more you help them, the more results you'll get. Press kit is a list of materials for the press. Your press kit should include visual materials of your product as well as your press release. Particularly, cover these points in your press release: description of the problem, why you want to solve it, benefits for consumers, not for you, how you solve it, what is your product, biography of the team, who does it, how it is different from others, statistical data of your company. Write this only when the statistics are on your side, and infographics, photo, video. Guys, make sure to include only high quality materials. If some part of your product is not ready, don't include it in the kit. The higher the quality of your photo and video, the greater the chance that you will be noticed. Place them all in Google Drive or Dropbox and save a link. Or, which is a better solution, put the download link in your website. Next, we should contact the influencers. The most convincing argument for a journalist to write about your story is that it needs to be newsworthy. It should act as a complement to his or her previous articles and be interesting to his or her readers. I use the following strategy. You may copy it or invent a better one, but copying is easier and will save you a lot of testing resources. So I read the article of each journalist or blogger and write the following way. Hey John, so this is a sample letter. Hey John, I just came across to your article about practical features of smartwatches published in Mashable. It was a great and very informative read for me. Recently, we conducted a research among 1,546 smartwatch users and revealed all the practical features that drive people to wear smartwatch. Surprised with the results, our team decided to develop a brand new smartwatch, which would not only be tailor-made to the customer's requirements, but will go way beyond their expectations. We just started our Kickstarter campaign and intend to employ a completely new approach in smartwatch sector. I'm sure it will be a perfect complement to all the points in your article and will be very interesting to your readers. Then I'm putting a link, then writing, if you need more info, let me know. Narek. I'll be honest, this script is not a perfect one, and if Dan Kennedy is your uncle, he probably will write a better one for you. But this is the best one that I came up with after many testings. So let's analyze this script. If you get the main idea of this script, you'll be able to write similar emails about any of your products, services, or fundraising goals. So in the first paragraph, I'm writing that I know his topic of interest and love something that he did. In the second paragraph, I'm writing why I started to develop my product. Journalists love research as it proves the facts, And if you do the research instead of them, you're just doing their job and making them feel very happy. In the third paragraph, I write about my product or solution that is closely related to his interests. Notice my research could have been about general smartwatch usage, but I'm stressing that I researched a topic that were close to his points in his article. So I'm shaping my materials to that angle. Got it? In the fourth paragraph, I'm talking about the link and what value he will get out of this. So why he should cover this? Because he will have a perfectly fit material to his topics and his readers will benefit from it. Alright? Guys, these folks are being bombarded with spams and email requests all day long. But email, which offers them a help to get worthy news, stands out from their spam list. Embargoes versus exclusives. The best time to contact the press is right after you launch your campaign. When you already have some backing, you should try to collect some 15 to 20% of your funding in the beginning and have some credibility for the media to speak about you. If you have good relations with the journalist, you can write him or her before your campaign and agree with him about an embargo, which is not to write anything before your start. But keep in mind that reporters hate embargoes, and probably some of them will break the word and jump ahead to publish it before your start, which will change your plans. Instead, they love exclusives, when you provide them with an exclusive right to write about you. Guys, avoid these mistakes when dealing with journalists. Remember that if there is no news factor, there is no news. So don't send mass messages, CC or BCC, emails with improper grammar, info for investors, like info about market size, growing opportunities, profitability, etc. Just in this kind of info. Info without a news factor, of course. Submit your press release to distribution services. There are many services which will distribute your press release, and if your news is an interesting one, you might get a good coverage. Here are a few services I've used, like prlog.org. They have both free and paid services. prlib.com. Their services start from $99 per release. abnewswire.com. Their services start from $40 per release. And this was it for this time. Let's briefly sum up what we have learned today. So we have learned how to find the needed authors, how to build a targeted contact list of most influential journalists, how to prepare an effective press kit, how to contact the influencers, avoid key mistakes, and use paid and free services when distributing our press release. Get prepared for the next module and let's get ready to rumble, as there's gonna be a great battle between two gangsters, Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Let's enjoy this fight and see which one wins for you.